Welcome to the 2-year update of DoinkCraft. I'm going to begin by telling you a couple things that we've improved. I've added personally client-side things such as a map, but we also have a server-side mod that you don't have to have. It's just attached to the server that gives you a skills system, gives you an MMO RPG kind of feel. So each thing that you can do in the game yields you better results, or, you know, even what we call sorceries, where you can do specific things. It's pretty nice. You also get increased stats. So for example, my strength is 53, health is 36, etc, etc, which is a nice addition to the server. It makes the replayability really nice. First off, I'm going to show the interior of the dragon has now changed. It's got the dragon egg in it. And we have right here a portal that leads to the nether roof for fast travel purposes. It will later be reconstituted into a more appealing facade, but right now it's just there for new players if they come in and they want to explore. Now I'm going to look up, and you'll see between this year and last year, downtown has expanded quite a bit. So there's the gunpowder tower as before. But in the prior video, we had just the Space Needle in the office building or apartment building. Now we have this Iron Golem tower, which has Iron Golems spawning and dying in it. The Creeper face is now a whole head. This farm is still here, and on top of the paper farm is this nice aesthetic artwork, turning it into a tower. As well as we have the Emerald Tower has been moved. Jack has built a tower made of black and white stuff. And then there's Tiny Pecker Tower that was recently erected. Tiny Pecker Tower has a nice statue on top of it. And we have this currently being constructed by me, and this is a good excuse to kind of show off what some of the stats do. Ow. This is still in progress. This is essentially to train your agility. Each stat or skill is trainable in some aspect. Agility is for taking fall damage. You can get excavation for shoveling, fishing, mining, foraging, farming. It's all relatively self-explanatory. Some of them are a little bit weirder, like healing, you use potions. But right now, this is the world record height for the highest fall. It is 188 blocks down, with feather falling 4. And that gets me down to a half heart. Eventually, this will be more fleshed out to support more than just me, and it'll also have walls, but additionally, on your way into the downtown area, you come through the museum, which is currently under construction. It'll have noticeable timelines and things like that added to it. It is still under construction, as I said. Tiny Pecker Tower. There is also this nice building Aaron built. I don't know what its purpose is, but it looks really freaking cool. I'd call it an Eastern style building for sure. It's really nice. Over here we have an expansion of buildings and plants to kind of flesh this out into more of a neighborhood. Cam added a couple buildings, some trees, and some pathing to make it feel a little bit more as a just kind of a city feel, or like a subdivision, I would call it. Grove Cove. I've actually never been in here. Oh, that's nice. And that leads over to this building, which is the Harbor Master's building. This is another new building, formerly the Shit Hut location. Got tore down and is now that. over here, you'll notice we also have the son of a in there is the flower museum. It has all of the flowers on display. And then I want to show that off too while I'm here. And graffitied tunnel system. And a mob spawner. I didn't even realize that was there. That's so close to the surface. That's crazy. Right next to the wool farm, we've since added a bunch of buildings for villagers and various things to make the city feel a little bit more lived in. This is Bert's Bodega for food essentials and other goods. The cactus farm is still here. In here is a honey farm. Looks like in here we have just a filler building. Luigi's Bistro. Of course. Unemployment is not a problem anymore because they're all working, I guess. In here, I don't even know, but it's something. And then once I leave, you'll see the barn. Formerly the barn has been turned into this building, which I just entered that side of. It is now just to make it fit in a little bit more with the city aspect. It was originally a red barn, and it just didn't quite fit anymore. So now, I never play with sound on. This is crazy. I might need to turn off entities or something, but... and here's another little filler building. Probably going to be turned into something. Open space here. Another building, the stock exchange, the clock tower. And right behind all of that, we have Central Park, recently renovated. Right next to Tiny Pecker Tower and Aaron's. Right in front of Jack's. So we've added a bunch of trees and cleaned it up a little bit, gave it a little bit of pathing, so it's nice and walkable. Additionally, we have another graffitied little cave that I just realized is here, which is pretty cool. Gotta have arts, you know. And then it comes out under here as well, right next to a stairway that leads up, and there is also benches to sit on. Another thing we've done, server side I believe, is to have the sit mod where you can sit and enjoy things on chairs like that. It's nice. Little quality of life. We're still mostly vanilla on this server, but little things like that just kind of make it more fun. This is the community nether portal that leads to the actual nether and not the nether roof. A camp just built. And here is a nice hole. I'm sure it's gonna be... Oh, dude, I thought that was like a horizontal portal. I was like, I did not think that was a thing. It's not. Okay. Anyway, over here is the bathhouse. Put's built. It's got a nice bath. And then right here is where I'm planning on starting a shopping district of sorts for rare materials and high quantity materials. Such as in here, Soul Speed. Is on sale for 10 diamonds per book. That tried to make the outside kind of tell you what it is. Hopefully that was kind of obvious. Additionally, over here, past the expansion buildings, we have a town hall or city hall. Here we had our mayoral elections, which I happened to win. So as of right now, I am the mayor, and this is the flag I made for the city. If somebody wants to fight me for mayoral control, we have dueling arenas for that, and I will murder them. In here is Pitts' office. He's my assistant. He's pretty useless, but in here is my office and my actual assistant, Library Sam, and my laptop. Yes, and the Constitution is in there, but I need to move it so nobody steals it. I don't want Nick Cage coming through. Since becoming the mayor, I've erected a jobs hall. Formerly a jobs board I created as well has been torn down and turned into a whole jobs hall. Each one is different. You have expansion jobs, farm jobs, landscaping jobs, infrastructure jobs, retrieval jobs, and public jobs. So if you want to pay somebody to do a job for you, for example. These are the rules. I'm not going to read through them, but I will go ahead and kind of give you a moment to pause and read them if you would like, as well as the comment questions. How this works basically is if, let's say, you wanted to create a pathing and legend for the nether roof so people can get around a little easier, you put your name here, take the diamonds when you're done. And for example of how it's done properly is Bert has put his name here and he has not yet finished it, so he has not grabbed the diamonds yet. Once he's done and he's grabbed the diamonds, I will take this slip, file it away, and add his name to the leaderboard. Current leaderboard is Cam and Aaron have 1 point pop because they have both completed a job. Nobody else has, but nobody has also stolen from it, so that's good. If you do steal, we have ways to find out who did it, and I will put you in a death loop because fuck you. This is a workstation area where you just have access to all of the workstations, and then this is villager housing, built right in front of Bert's house. I think this was in the last update video. Right here is the item sorter and factory. I will go over this shortly. But first, I'm just going to go over the other things. This is Miller's house. If you recognize from the previous video, there is an underground area, but he has since built this modern house, and his pyramid of everything is what I call it. And there you'll see he's got a bunch of everything. He is missing the deep slate emerald ore because he sucks at Minecraft. But that's okay, he'll get it one day. Nothing's really changed over here in the south side, except a couple new buildings here. The boxing gym. Come in here, you take off your armor and you punch each other. It's pretty nice. We have over here the mini Dubai building. I don't know if there is a big Dubai. I have not been made aware of it. But if there is, I would like to visit it at some point. And the PvP building, where you can come in here and there are iron swords and armor and stuff if you wanted to do that. And then you just exit spawn and you can fight it out in here. There's corners and all of that, so you can slide cancel, bunny hop, and YY, fakie, no scope, all of that. Additionally, I don't know what this is. Western shootout, pick a house. Oh, okay. So I think this is another one of those PvP things where you pick a house and you have a bow and you try to shoot each other. I haven't participated in this, but I would like to. And there's just an old mine. It looks like it's abandoned. Up here is a new addition, just built recently, and that is Mr. Brightside Manor. It's got a nice pool. I'll walk through it real quick because it is really detailed on the inside. Give you a nice little the campfires on those makes it look like it's smoking, which is pretty cool. Kind of a fire hazard keeping that going all the time. The house might burn down, but you know, that's okay. So we build out of sturdy materials. He's probably waiting for an insurance claim to happen eventually, I'm sure. I just assume that's a shower. Bedrooms and stuff. And then gonna leave. So that's Mr. Brightside Manor. This place hasn't changed much, so I'm just gonna do a quick fly through to remind you that it exists. And same with over here. The boat's still here. A lot of people really like the boat. That eastern building, the nether portal sword, the mushroom, all of this is old news. The Pussywood sign has since gotten a base and a horizontal version of it so that it shows up on the map. I could show you the map as well. It's just kind of what we're looking at so far. I'll show you one more build I don't think was here last year. And that's this modern building in front of Jack's house. It replaced the building that was the oldest on the server. It's a nice modern design. Boys really seem to like the modern design on the server. Next we will we'll go over to Courtney's. And there hasn't been a lot of change here, other than, actually there has, yeah, there's been a few buildings built back here. And one is a stable for the horses. We have a storage building and a honey farm slash flower building. And inside I believe there was a remodel as well. We have some flags. Excuse you, Barney. Slight remodel, I believe, so I'm just going to walk through here real quick. If you see the difference, understand the difference, good for you, go for it. It's pretty nice in there. And up here is another battle arena being built, where again, I welcome any challengers. It's not quite yet ready. Still in progress. Next, I'm going to show you the retirement home. Jerry moved out here and retired. Brought a bunch of animals and crops and built himself a nice little house. And then he got a while to hair up his ass and unretired and built a whole town. So he's got this suburb out here. Not sure the details of any of the buildings. I'm not going to go into all of them. I'm just going to fly through and let you appreciate the aesthetic of the city. You can see... That's not good. Where are they at? Okay, well, that means skeleton horses spawned, but I'm not going to bother with it. Nice statue here. Another statue here of a farmer. I really like the mud brick aesthetic he's got going. It's pretty nifty. Ow. Just trying to see if I could see that. Whatever. And then, since we've been there, we'll go ahead and hit this portal. Oh, actually, I still gotta show off the giving tree, so let's do that. So this is the giving tree. This may have been here last time, I just may not have known about it, because it's kind of out of my way generally. Really nice tree, I believe Cam built it. Organic builds are very hard for me to do, so I'm pretty impressed by it. And since we're over this way anyway, might as well show off this stuff. I'll hit that town in a moment. This is still the same over here, the villager breeder and the village. And then over here is Utopia. It's my town is since become quite a lot different. In the prior video we had just this iron golem head, the mimic head, this inn that's not done and probably gonna get torn down, the basalt farm and the stone farm. And since then I have added an armorer, toolsmith, and weaponsmith building, an automatic pumpkin and melon farm, an automatic carrot farm. I have added a mob farm, which I need to put the floor in here, but I haven't done that yet. And this mob farm also doubles as an outlook, so I can look over the town, and it is the fast travel portal as well for my town. The barn's still there. I've been harvesting trees there, but that'll be torn down eventually. And my favorite addition I've made so far, also this is still a work in progress, is the bar building. I have created the first bar on the server. In here you'll find a nice little hangout area down here, but up here is the main bar area with seating and tables and I don't have a bow for darts. Pool table. And then these lights turn on at night because of the overhead. And then I have potions galore for anybody to get drunk off of. I'm probably going to get a bunch of pufferfish in here as well, just for shits and gigs. And then down here is where the actual brewery itself is. And these are auto brewers I've set up. And they just brew these potions, and I drink them when I feel like them, and put them up top when I run out of stock. And this is an auto bottle refiller, and this is just simply so I have some of the things I need. In the previous video I showed a cobblestone farm. I'm going to show off a basalt farm because I don't know if everybody knows what that is. That is simply soul soil, lava, and ice. And you just, yeah, it's just the same as basically a cobblestone farm, but slightly different. Additionally, I have created gates. I haven't finished all of them. There were iron golems there, they died, but it's a nifty design, and I'm going to show you how it works. It is based off of daylight. That one's currently out of sync, and I need to refix it, so I'm going to show you with this one. So this one is open right now. I may change it to shulkers or shriekers in the next update, but I'm not sure. So then if I click that, this door is now closed. So now my city is protected at night. All around the wall I have stairs so spiders can't crawl up. There's complete walls and full light coverage within the city. So everything's fine. So that's Utopia. And now I'm going to show you fast travel. Fast travel has been updated slightly. There's still no legend, no way to get around other than just knowing where you're going or potentially using your map, but the map doesn't show the roof. So maybe marking waypoints is better. You'll notice I have certain markers here and there, and each one of those helps my brain work. I don't know how they help anyone else. Right there is the spawn point next to the dragon head. That is Jack's portal. This is the item sorter. We're going to circle back and talk about that in a minute. And now I'm going to show you the gold farm, which is just a piglin gold farm. Where they spawn up, they go to the center, they fall down, they die, and they deliver me gold. I have a sorter filter set up just to get rid of like flesh and anything that's not gold. The gold comes down here. I have a bunch of chests set up to catch it. And then, boom, infinite gold. And infinite gold then is used over here in a piglin bartering setup. This is off and this is on. And now they're all gonna throw out some item for me to see in my chest in just a moment. Boom. So they're trading right now. I'm actually gonna turn it off because it's full and I need to empty it. This one is even more full. The way this works is a normal piglin bartering setup, but the way I have it being an on-off switch, I'm not going to teach you how this goes, but it's very simple. If you just look at what I am showing you right now, this is the full build. The only way this works is having that block against that dispenser. It basically makes it to where this redstone recognizes it's supposed to talk to it. So to turn it off, I have each one of these set up to be triggered by this trigger. So now they're all automatically trading as long as I have that active. I'm gonna turn it off because again I don't want them to keep trading. In here I keep their drops, etc. Yeah. So now I'm gonna show you the end, even though there hasn't been an update to it. It's actually really close to the piglin bartering. You see that's right there. I'm just gonna show it off just because I feel like showing off everything at least partially. Hopefully I don't miss anything. So we defeated the dragon, so now there's a second portal here. This is the Enderman farm, if you know how they work. They're pretty great. Inside is the same as it was before, mostly. Enchantment tables, all of the things. Emerald spit. I use this for AFK farming my defense and attack. And that's that. The stats, you know, harkening back to that. There was some terraforming here that the dragon we summoned kind of ruined it, but it wasn't really much of anything anyway. I think the project has been abandoned. So now I'm back at the apartment building, which I don't think I've shown off yet, so this is convenient. This is mine, my apartment. And I'll go ahead and go up. I think there's one person below me. This is True Paradox apartment. It's empty. Apartment for rent. Here are the cats. That's because Bert decided it was a good idea to breed every cat here. So it's just a fuck shack basically. Now up here's Dolan's apartment. Maybe that said Ballin, I don't know. So these two rooms have been updated since the update, or I guess 3. I think there might be a 4th one. Gonna keep checking. And this is, whose room is this? John F. Terry's apartment. So I think he got shot in the back of the head, so I don't know if he's playing much anymore, but that's all the apartments that have been filled out. Am I forgetting anything? Not that I'm aware of. Bert's farmhouse. The farm has since been destroyed to make room for more expansion. But in here is one of the last 2 things I want to show you. Ow. Okay, 1 second. I fucked that up. So this is the factory. It's just currently mostly empty. This was formerly the item sorter location. It has since been changed to a factory. So right there I have an auto smelter and bamboo farm. So it just constantly feeds bamboo so the auto smelter's never empty. And here I have a clay farm. These are not clay right now because I pressed the button too early, and I'm going to show you how this works because it's pretty nifty. I didn't watch a guide or anything. I just started fiddling with shit and hoping I could make it work. And I found a way to make it work. It's just weird. So you put dirt there, press that button. Dirt there, press that button. I have to do this a few times. The reason that mud is there is because I failed to record this video properly, so I already displayed this and just pushed that on as an example. But go ahead and hit this one more time. Alright, so now you see all of that's going. So now if I press this button, now I have space for more. So I can just boom, boom, boom. I'm going to stop there for now. And once I'm ready to harvest, I can just harvest all of it. And I can throw it in here if I want to, or I can throw it in here. This is actually linked to the item sorter itself. So that'll go up through the water and then catch a hopper. And now we go to... Oh, also, I built a flag on top of the roof, which I think is nifty. I might tear it down, but who knows. It keeps things from spawning up there. Probably the most used building in the server right now. This is the item sorter. It took me a long time to build and a lot of troubleshooting. It has pretty much every item sorted at this point. Anything new that's added, I have space for to add. And anything I'm missing comes here, which looks like a couple. It's been messed up a few times, so a few things have kind of fallen through the cracks and I need to fix it. it's a finicky thing, but I've been keeping up on maintaining it. So you'll see you can put any item in here, even a shulker box. So let's say I want to put that in there. Shulker box will go in there. I don't know if we'll catch this in time, but it'll come down here, and then it'll unload all the material in this shulker box, and then this piston will push it into the snow and break it, and then the shulker will end up in here. And then this is just backup storage in case this gets like super full, and if it does get super full, then that's part of what breaks it. But I also have an on-off switch, so right here is the non-stackable storage, and then right here is the non-stackable manually sorted spot. Everything that's non-stackable comes here, but we have so much non-stackable because everybody on the server needs it or uses it that I have to have extra storage. So quickly I'm going to show you how this works. Kind of, I'm not going to explain everything, but the items come here, the minecart comes through, picks them up, and if it gets stuck you hit this button, and then it goes on. And then when it goes, it figures out where it needs to go, and then it'll circle back here, and it'll post up right there and deposit the items, as well as the shears that are in it, but that's not important for you to know. And then it'll go on its merry way. And I guess I could show this to you real quick. And this is how it's sorted. It's based off of these chest fillers, which every item in the chest gives a certain level of charge. It has a certain number of charge. I'm not going to explain all of that. If it's a not 64 stack, it's slightly more complicated, but if you ever want to use this and you want to add something to it, let's say there's a new sand block or one that I don't have, for example, I don't think I have every red sandstone, you can take out this chest filler and replace it with just one of those blocks. But if it's a 16 stack of something, that gets complicated, and I don't want to explain that right now. And here's Super Smelter, which is linked to that bamboo farm I was talking about, as well as some job blocks just for usefulness. Right here is trash. So you can hear that going away, and then this is linked to, actually I got a couple more things I could show real quick, just for shits and gigs. Auto fish setup, bamboo, paper, or sugarcane, cobblestone. I'm going to add basalt as well. If you've never seen an auto fisher setup, I'll show you. Just hold down right click, F3T, same thing you can do with the cobblestone or the salt generator, and you just kind of let it keep on keeping on. I'm not gonna sit here and keep doing that, but it's all of that is hooked up to the item sorter, so it will just deposit it in there nice and easy for us. Alright, so now gonna go to the Garden of Eden, which is the last stop on our tour. And it is a long flight, so I'm probably going to cut. And welcome to the Garden of Eden. Boys moved out here because this is guaranteed 1.18 land, and they wanted to kind of make sure they could enjoy the new update. I believe we showed this off in the previous videos, so I'm not going to go too hard in showing you all the ins and outs of it. I'm just going to fly through and show it. It's nice, a nice treehouse setup, and then this blackstone, or I think it's deep slate, build a bridge. I don't think I showed this off. I don't know what the purpose of the bridge is. It's cool though. Up here is where Pitts dies, and then lastly is Dan's farm and his copper house. So if you enjoyed this video, and leave a like and subscribe, right? And if you if you want me to go in any more depth with any of the builds, or if I missed anything, just let me know, and I will make another video or add onto this one, whatever I feel like doing. So thanks. Bye.